I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, hip in the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come with a dank, skrilling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights Live.
Welcome you.
Almost it's Friday. It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Thursday night football tonight, fellas. What, Saints versus who? Did we find out?
Don't know.
I forgot. Chris, Nick, you know?
Rams.
The Rams.
I'm gonna tap in for that one.
The Raiders.
I don't even know if I want to admit this out loud.
Don't say it.
All right, I won't.
What were you gonna say?
I think I'm more of a Matthew Stafford fan now than I was previously.
Then when he was with Detroit?
Like the final years, I was just not a fan of the contract. So I mean, I was like, obviously, like the Dallas game, that guy won my fucking heart over.
Yeah.
That shit was, I'll never forget that.
And the Cleveland game, his rookie year.
Yeah, but the Cleveland game was like for nothing.
Yeah.
The Dallas game, like we were actually kind of good that year.
For his heart.
That's true. Shout out to him. Can I go back out there?
Oh, dude, the hot dog suit.
Is it out?
No.
Is it here? Is it here?
I don't know.
Guess it's gonna have to be another.
Well, I'm
day.
going pee anyway, so I'll just grab it when I go pee.
I don't know where it is.
What do you mean it's not in the room?
I didn't see it.
Either way, smash that like button. 5-star review on our podcast platforms. I'm your boy Eazy. That's my guy Spin More Racks. Young Chris. We got Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Unky Nick, on the ones and twos. Appreciate you for tapping in with us.
Let's go.
Oh,
I'm fired
you know what?
up.
Didn't someone new have to wear it last time?
No, JB wore it last time.
Oh. I don't know. Did you guys see that picture that CD Deuce? Did I send it in Slack?
I think you tweeted it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like post a zoomed in version of it, but he posted a picture.
I don't even think we should post the regular picture of it.
No.
No.
All right.
That's not something I want to trifle with.
With YouTube land?
Nudity being exposed on YouTube, yeah.
Well, somebody's ass is in there. Whose ass do you think it was?
It's Maurice Alexander's ass.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is he still on the team?
Confirmed.
Practice squad?
Yeah.
Wait. Why is it confirmed?
Because that's what people were saying in the comments.
He's like, I know that.
Yeah. Whatever. Back freckle.
Seen that ass.
One of those type of situations.
Whatever, back freckle.
All right. Couple things we want to get to. I definitely will, but I want to get this out the way because we.
You did probably hide it.
We got into it a little bit yesterday in the show, and the show was ended, so we didn't get finish it. But I found that video from Detroit Kool-Aid with the audio piece. Oh, we can't even do that unless you 3-screen it though, because there's highlights in it.
Oh, the Troy one?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I got
All right, I'll give you time on that one. I'll give you some time on that one then. I apologize, mate. But I went back. I did a little bit more homework too, though. Oh, you're good? That quick?
Yeah.
Man, he's nice like
Wizard.
that. Oh.
I'm decent.
All right, here we go. This is Troy Weaver telling you guys.
Is still on your to-do list, and then obviously got cap space to do something with. How do you balance, I guess, wanting to wait to see what you got here with you do have options?
We really want to see coach his team and really get a feel for those guys. How we fill out the rest of it and free agency and whatnot is not pressing right now. Because I think you can add and subtract from some of these young guys growing into becoming who they are. So we're going to be careful with that before we bring in guys that can kind of deter us from really finding out who these guys are.
So essentially, Troy Weaver letting you guys know I mean, the actions speak louder than the words too. Because like following him saying that, obviously nothing was like they made no type of moves. Does that calm me down a little bit?
No, it doesn't. Nothing should calm me down if they're the worst team in the NBA for the second year in a row, and they are historically going to be the worst team in the history of the NBA.
We gotta see.
Saying, "Hey, we got the vibes. We're feeling it out." Shouldn't calm me down.
They didn't say they got the vibes.
They're going to have
feeling it out. Though.
They're going to have the worst losing streak in the history of the NBA. They are going to be the worst team in the history of the NBA. Worse than they were last year. Worse than they were in Cade's rookie year. It's not something that you should be calmed down about. Well, they're regressing.
I think you should
not be
calmed down
regressing.
It happens. Teams regress. I actually went back today.
A team
I went and looked at
without
when
Cade
Devin
Cunningham
Booker
for
got
80% of the season is going to be better than this team was this year. That's okay with you? You're okay with that? A team who didn't have their number one pick for a vast majority of the season last year is going to finish with a better record than they will this year. That's not okay.
I think the logical reasoning, yeah, you can make sense of it. He didn't get his guy. He didn't get his coach. I went over that already. But I also went back today, too. I looked at the career director of Devin Booker. Joel Embiid, that was in there, too, just like a Twitter argument. I'm not going to include that one because of injuries and whatnot, too. But, like, in Devin Booker's, like, progression into the playoffs, they had literally gotten worse before they got better. and things like switched around. Also, it was like 5-6 year turnaround until they actually like made the playoff.
It doesn't
like,
make it acceptable.
But it should be acceptable because like that's what it is. Unless you draft a guy like Kevin Durant, like LeBron James, and obviously it's looking like Cade isn't that guy. But I don't think he drafted Jaden Ivey. I think he drafted Jaden Ivey with the expectations of him starting. He didn't get to pick out his coach. Obviously, get Monty, who doesn't feel that's the situation there yet either. I just think like normally it takes 4 to 5 years. It's not the NFL where things go from like worst to first.
And it's taking 4 to 5 years for them to still be the worst team in the NBA.
And that's fine too. But again, like logically, you got to look at what they had to do. Like Chris is the one who also brings it up. Is like the first thing to note. They had a bit of housekeeping. They had to clear the cap space with tons of guys like Blake Griffin and more. And then go ahead, Chris or Nick.
I think it's just not acceptable because the over-under was 27 and a half games. That's where the Vegas line was to start. I have season tickets to these disgusting Pistons that we call a franchise right now. This is embarrassing just because Troy Weaver said that it was going to take time. He's not bringing his guys in the preseason doesn't mean that it's acceptable now. Cade Cunningham is the only guy on this team right now, and it sucks to see.
I'm fine with them not making the playoffs. I'm fine with them not being a world beater. But them being an embarrassing product every single night that no one wants to stamp their name to, the worst basketball team in the history of the NBA, and having the worst losing streak in the history of the NBA is completely unacceptable. That cannot happen. You cannot be that bad.
But it's happening now.
Yeah, and it needs to change. It shouldn't be happening now.
But Spinny, nothing you do right now is going to fix that up until the deadline. And if they make a move at the
Nothing
deadline,
you do right
maybe
now
something will
isn't going to
shake.
change them from being the worst team in the NBA.
We don't know if they're going to be the worst team in the NBA. It's definitely projecting that way.
They're going to be the worst team in the history of the NBA.
There's literally nothing they can do right now other than a trade that they're probably going to make at some point during the deadline that's going to change that.
Yeah, and that's because this team is set up this way. That's because this guy built this team this way to be the worst team in the NBA. So why does he still have his job?
It's not on Troy Weaver.
Get him the fuck out of here.
That's not on Troy Weaver, bro. He literally had a guy he wanted to pick to be the head coach. Tom Gores oversaw that.
So you'd rather have Kevin Ollie than Monty Williams. You're blaming it on Monty Williams.
That's who Troy Weaver wanted, and Troy Weaver constructed this roster with that in mind.
Did you want Kevin Ollie? Because you were vehemently opposed to signing Kevin Ollie.
I wanted Monty.
Okay, so now it's Monty's fault.
That didn't change the fact of the matter. Tom Gores was very transparent about the I guess arguments and everything that took place during the hiring of Monty Williams or decision to hire Monty Williams.
So now it's Monty's fault.
No, it's not. Well, yeah, a little bit Monty's fault. I'll definitely blame a little bit of this on Monty.
You're also subject to be wrong on something. Like, I wanted Monty too, and I'm not ready to say that was the wrong hire, but I'm definitely open to that possibility. And
you're open to saying it's Monty Williams' fault, but not Troy Weaver's? We have an evidence log of Troy Weaver not making this team better.
His hands
in
are tied
4
behind
years.
his back. He couldn't even hire the coach he wanted.
He could sign people. He could
can't
draft
do that
people.
either.
He could bring guys in to make the team better, and he hasn't.
Tom's the president who proves this shit.
Then why the fuck is he here at all? If you can't do anything, get him the fuck out of here.
It's not Troy Weaver's fault, bro. You got to be patient. Like you're allowed to be upset and disgusted with what you're watching on the field on the court right now. But to blame it solely on Troy Weaver, I think is just ludicrous at this point.
It's not solely on Troy Weaver. I think Tom Gores should sell the team too. I think the whole fucking front office should be cleared out because they're all dog shit at their jobs.
See, I just think you're looking at it more like, and again, it's your favorite. One of your favorite teams, it's okay to be upset. But I think you're looking at it more emotionally than you are like logically. Like when they literally just told you the game plan and you haven't seen it executed all the way through. Like let me see. If they do nothing at the deadline, I'll be like that. If they do nothing at the free agency, I'll be like that. But I fully expect, depending on what they said and the results of what these games have been, something's going to shake. Chris, I know you got something to say.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Houston versus Detroit thing, right? Like this year, we're seeing how fast Houston can turn it around. And those are two schools of thought. And Troy literally quite specifically pointed out what Houston's doing versus what Detroit is doing. And time will tell if that's the right school of thought. Look at Jalen Green right now. He is having his worst season. And that was a top 3 pick. That was in the same draft that Cade Cunningham was. So I'm not saying to not be frustrated with Troy Weaver. I'm not saying to not call for his job. I'm not saying any of those things. But I'm saying, unfortunately, the situation that Detroit Pistons are in, time will tell if years from now that they should have went back and they should have gotten free agents and done Houston's philosophy, or Houston with Amin, Cam Whitmore, Jalen Green. None of these guys are going to turn out because they have veterans stealing their minutes, and these front office players don't know these front office people don't know the players and what they're actually going to be. So there are two schools of thought, and I'm with you. The Detroit Pistons should not be worse than they were last year.
That's
so
fair.
I have all the smoke in the world for Monty, for Troy, for Arm, and I think there's too many chefs in that kitchen. Clear it out. But what I'm saying is, truthfully, we just have to be 100%
See, you don't have all the
transparent.
smoke for them. You can't say, "Oh, I have all the smoke for all these guys," and then just be like, "Oh, it's none of their fault."
Well, I just don't
keep
have
it
the
going.
smoke. I don't have the smoke for Troy.
I'm saying this is what it is right now.
And it
Yes.
shouldn't be what it is. You shouldn't just accept being the worst team in the history of the NBA. You should not
don't
accept
let
that.
that
But I
happen
don't like
before
the
you say that,
alternative
though.
of trading picks to go get Zach LaVine or something
That's-
like
did
that.
I say get Zach LaVine?
No.
Is that what I just said?
No.
Is that what anybody is fucking saying? No. You need to restart. You need to clear the front office because they're not doing their jobs correctly.
I'm with you on Arm Tom. I'm just not solely going to blame this thing on Troy, and I'm gonna allow him. And it's not up to me either way. And I think there's agreement in place regardless. If Troy didn't get the guy he wanted, and then obviously we're vocal enough about it to like have a back and forth with it for Tom Gores to address to the media with the hiring of Monty Williams. Then obviously, I feel like there was some type of negotiation made there. It was like Troy was like, "Look, if you're not gonna allow me to get my guy for the roster that I built, you can't blame me on
I
me
don't
when this
care
shit fucking
who
fails."
your guy
And then,
is.
hold on, let me finish talking here too, because I also think Monty did come into this a little fucking half-assed. Like just 2 weeks ago, he finally felt like, "Oh yeah, I got a little bit of spacing with these guys. Oh, I'm getting to know the roster a little bit."
I don't give a
He
fuck
came here
who
for
your
the money.
guy is. James Wiseman, Marvin Bagley, and who fucking Nerlens Noel isn't going to get it done. No matter who your fucking guy is. Having Isaiah Stewart and Jaden Ivey and Oscar Thompson and Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren as your starting five, where one of them shoots over 37% from three, is not going to get it done. I don't give a shit who your guy is. You're not getting it done with guys who can't space the floor and useless bigs. It's not going to happen.
Another thing here, when you want to help the development of Cade Cunningham, it starts with getting wins. You need that confidence for a young team. That's what Houston's going through on the other side. They brought in some vets and they spent the money. You know who we acquired? Joe Effin Harris for $20 million in a cap casualty trade
And he
to
doesn't
help
play.
the Brooklyn Nets sign Cam Johnson. That's what Troy did. You know what Troy did? He traded Sadiq Bey for James Wiseman.
That's the criminal
great
part.
three-point shooter. Even if he's coming off the bench on this Pistons team, I understand it. He traded Bruce Brown back in the day for a second rounder. It's just every single move that this guy has made has gone poorly in my eyes, and I cannot even believe that I spent the money on these season tickets. They got me with the whole Victor Wembanyama. It was before the draft. I'm pissed at myself. I'm losing a bunch of money, and now I'm talking about it, and I'm going to just put it out there how I feel about this team, and it's super disappointing. God, we were once a proud franchise. We are not right now at all.
I think we're just now entering like the. I mean, they kind of restarted when they got Monty, man.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think that's what makes it hard is that there's been several restarts, and that again, if you want to clear Troy and everybody out, again, I'm for that, but to sit here and not just acknowledge what it is and what this team state is going forward is not going to help. So I'm not saying that it's wrong to call for people's jobs.
Who's not acknowledging what it is? They're the worst team in the NBA. That's what it is. Fact, flat out.
But he's talking about you're not acknowledging what it is as like a restart as soon as they hired Monty. But the dysfunction in the front office like led to that. And you're right, there is dysfunction in the front office. Arm Talon's been here longer than fucking anybody. And for some reason, people have grouped the fucking lifeless playoff team with Blake Griffin and that era of Detroit Pistons into like Troy's tenure. Like that losing era, Troy had nothing to do with that. He came in to fix that.
Arm was
there. That's the guy I got beef with, is Arm.
Yeah, I want his ass out of here too, and get his son out of there as well. He's a player.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yes.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
it's ridiculous, to be honest with you.
I'm just honestly operating from a point of fear too, because you see GMs that are desperate to keep their job, and for whatever reason, Troy has not made any desperate moves. So that tells me that there's some type of understanding going on with what is happening and where they're at. Because the last thing I want to do is, you guys know I love the Blake Griffin era of Detroit just because of that one playoff win. But looking back, like that was not a smart move to go all in on Blake Griffin. That's terrible. And I'm fearful that if you fire Troy Weaver and you clear the staff today, and you even part with Monty, that next GM, what's the first thing they're going to sell Tom Gores on? winning games right now, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to make a win now move for a guy like Zach LaVine, and that's what I just don't want the Pistons to do. I don't want them to make a move that further
Cripples
diminishes their asset, because right now they got young players that are talented, and they're seeing if they fit together. It looks like right now they don't. We'll see over the course of the season.
They don't.
But we have young players, and we have our draft picks coming back. We're finally in a position where we have some flexibility. We have the cap space. We have all of that, and I'm just scared of somebody fucking it up.
And you don't think Troy Weaver is going to be the one to fuck it up?
No.
I don't.
I got to see it through, my boy.
And I have to say, Chris, the only reason this is different is this team does have young players that are talented and have a future. That Pistons team didn't. They had Luka Nard, who was like a role player.
Exactly.
So
and that's
this
where
seems
I'm at.
different.
This franchise is, whether you want to admit it or not, is in a better position from a pure asset standpoint than they were at the end of that Blake Griffin era.
But
they
that's
just factually are. If you want to say blow it up, fire the staff, trade everybody, you can. But guess what? Cade Cunningham's going to have way more value on the market than anybody else. Asar Thompson's going to have way more value on the market.
I don't give a fuck about value on the market. I care about wins. I care about not being the worst team in the history of the NBA.
You think that's changing this year?
I think they got to do something to stop it from regressing even more.
So, but you think that's a single move's going to be made this year?
Again, I don't think anybody.
Like
you guys are saying, "Oh, Monty doesn't have his guys. Monty doesn't have his guys." It doesn't matter who the fuck you brought in. Their guys weren't going to help. If you kept Dwayne Casey, if you brought in Kevin Ollie, these guys would still be these guys. And they're still not good at basketball. It doesn't matter who is the head coach. He's not making this team any better. He is not making these guys better three-point shooters. He is not making these bigs more rim protectors or better than useless bodies out there.
I do disagree on that front just because I believe that Monty kind of came into this for the money. And he's just now catching up on what the roster is, who he has, and to work with in a situation like that. Because it's a young roster. It's not like he's, as an opposing coach in the Western Conference, had like years of like scouting reports on this team. He was never like necessarily scouting for the Pistons other than like 2 times a year, and also never gave a fuck too.
And look when Phoenix Suns took their big step. It was when getting a veteran like Chris Paul.
Yes.
That was a huge jump and a catalyst, and the Pistons just haven't done that yet, but they have the ability to do that.
But I thought going all in for a Blake Griffin is a bad move. You just said that.
Well, they didn't go all in for Chris Paul.
I'm not saying
Chris Paul wasn't like all in move.
They didn't go all in for Chris Paul, and I'm not saying that they have to. I'm just saying that surrounding with veterans, look at what works. Look at the track record of what has worked in the past with Monty and with young teams, and follow that blueprint. And right now, I don't know if Troy is the guy, but I don't think that firing him and clearing the staff right now at this very day and age is going to change this season.
I gotta see the deadline through, for at least the deadline through, and then obviously the free agency and whatnot too. Again, one more point to make. Again, Devin Booker, top of the league right now. One of the guys top of the league. Been in the finals like recently. Drafted 2015. They didn't touch the playoffs until 2021.
If Bojan doesn't get traded at the deadline, Troy Weaver should be fired out of a cannon.
That'd be funny to see.
It's 1,000%
Tom
true.
Gores can throw him
If
like
Bojan
a t-shirt.
doesn't get traded at the deadline, Troy Weaver should be fired the next day, because that'll be malfeasance.
I agree.
He should have been traded last year.
If
I do 1,000%
if some of these veterans or even some of these young assets aren't moved by the deadline, then I'm with you. I inch close to that. If nothing like drastically
you have to
made
manage
the deadline.
And let's see how they manage the assets. Let's see if Troy flips Isaiah Stewart for something. Let's see if he flips Bojan. Let's see where that goes. But Glorious Cannabis is back with a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called the Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff of a first playoff win in 31 seasons. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of your Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They are so smooth. You can find them at Disco Dispensary and get them 25% off. Use the promo code Woodward at checkout. Visit gloriouscanna.com. Spencer, tell us about Jack Labrador.
Has watching and arguing over sports made you a last-minute holiday shopper, feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in the pocket behind an injured O-line? Jack Labrador has you covered. It will change your gifting game. In-your-face, heads-up play that'll have you at the edge of your seat. It's the one deck that brings 3 games to the table, perfect for lazy last-minute shoppers like you. Jack Labrador is the ultimate gift that keeps the holiday fun going. Scan your QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com to get your decks today.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Co., your power equipment playground.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, at Spin More Racks, Young Chris, Unky Nick, and the TD. I'm sorry, not the TD booth, the ones and twos. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. It's very much appreciated. A couple statements made during the break. And maybe we'll just get them out the way and move into football if you want, or we just say this and move on from it. But I think Chris brought up a good point because Nick asked Chris, does he look fat in that outfit? And Chris said, hell yeah, that ass fat as hell. And I was like, yo, relax, guy. No, seriously.
Must be jelly, because Jam don't shake like that.
I am a fan of guys with big butts.
What did you ask? You asked him, like, if you'd make a move for Lauri Markkanen?
I said, would you trade assets, young assets on this team, and perhaps picks for Lauri Markkanen?
Are you going to do 2 segments on the Pistons?
Just a quick one for Chris. What up?
I would if it's the right price. Like I'm looking
Ivey.
at.
Yes.
Jaden Ivey in a first this year, no matter what it is. Top 3 protected.
I would do that. This is a weak draft class, and I like Ivy, and I think Ivy has
Ivy
a high
in
ceiling.
A first?
I think Ivy has a very high ceiling, but I think that clearly the way that Monty is coaching this team and how things have gone, you know me, Eazy. I believe in Ivy and Cade fitting enough to work, but it just seems like the fact that they're not even starting this guy, like. Man, look, just give me a better player in Lauri Markkanen, and this is a very, very weak draft class, and the chances are even adding Lauri, you still probably could keep that top 3 pick.
Ivy and a first.
Shut up.
I would.
Is Markkanen that good? Like I know I've been watching much NBA as I used to be watching.
20-plus point per game scorer. He's a forward. He fits with. With a lot. He could be the 4 next to Duran.
Can I ask you this?
Perfect.
Remember we had Greg Monroe. And obviously,
I loved Greg Monroe.
Moose put up numbers, but he was like the only guy on a bad team. Is Lauri Markkanen just the only guy on a bad team? That's why he's putting up.
Jazz have a solid roster. Jazz have a better roster than the Pistons.
They do, and also Lauri is like you're looking at Lauri as a second or third guy.
They're fighting for the playoffs.
Probably a third guy on a championship team. But if you're Detroit, how do you get players like that? You probably have to get them through trade, not through free agency. So I'm open to the idea of trading Ivy in a first for Lauri. But
Lauri Markkanen would be the second best player on your team today.
Is Markkanen worth Ivy and a first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because we're in dire needs?
Yes, because you're not giving Ivy minutes. Because Ivy is nothing right now.
And that's
because Ivy is worth a bench player Ivy is worth what you got for Saddiq Bey based on what he is doing with the Pistons right now. Do I think he's a better player than that? Yes. Do I think he deserves more than that? Yes. But the way you're utilizing him, he is a net nothing to your team right now.
Exactly.
That's fair. That's fair. I used to watch NBA like a lot. Not as much anymore. I hate the officiating. NBA officiating is like it's gross. I watch the big games, the ones that matter. The tournament was a great success. I love that one too, but it is what it is. I just didn't know where the Jazz sat or Lauri Markkanen. I know who he is. I just never thought he'd be in a first.
I was a big hater of Lauri Markkanen, but he is an absolute baller. Like I said, he's a third. He's like, think of him as a better, not play style wise, but just like in terms of where you want him on your championship hierarchy, like team. Mm-hmm. He's like a better Chris Middleton. Like, Chris Middleton was nice. I think he's better than Chris Middleton. Yeah. So, like, that's a player that you would want, but, then it's like, then you're hoping Cade becomes a 1 and,
Ken in the Woodward Sports Chat says it's dumb to trade Ivy. I think so, too. I think Ivy can be a great player. But if you're not going to use him, get something for him.
Exactly.
If he's going to waste his talent on the bench, not playing, why is he still on this roster? You have shown you're not going to play him. You're not going to give him meaningful minutes. He's not going to be a part of this team going forward. That's what, in a fucking 2-20 season, you've shown that Jaden Ivey isn't good enough to get on the floor consistently, which is an absolute joke. But yeah, if you're not going to use him, trade him.
Exactly.
There's no point in keeping him here and just letting his contract die.
And then if I'm not mistaken, too, because the Saddiq Bey is criminal. The Saddiq Bey trade, I should say, was criminal. That was a horrendous trade. But wasn't it? And actually, this is why I actually am going to shit on Troy a little bit, and Casey as well, because wasn't he traded for taking like rogue shots, like unwarranted shots?
Yeah, there was a lot of like his play style didn't fit with the team. He was kind of more of a about me guy. But again, Pistons are at a team.
But I'd rather have somebody whose play style doesn't fit with this team because this team's only won 2 games.
But if you know Casey's leaving, why would you go ahead and make that move? For him throwing a fit about it versus like wait to see if another guy's there, then just accept fucking a guy that you know is bad.
Trading Saddiq Bey for peanuts, drafting Killian Hayes, signing Isaiah Stewart to that much money, signing Marvin Bagley to that much money.
Isaiah Stewart's deal is not that bad.
It's not good.
It's not. No, it's not bad at all.
I think it's a great deal. I think it's a great deal. It's just the fact of the matter is the Pistons are, like Spencer said, so far away from being good that he is a backup big, and we've all said that. The problem is this roster isn't talented enough for him to be a backup big. Yes. So I'm all for trading him, even though I know he's gonna hit some threes in the playoffs this year for Boston or somebody, and he's gonna have a great moment. But the truth is, Detroit is years away from having an Isaiah Stewart type of player actually be valuable to them.
Stewart's not great.
The Bagley contract, that one was bad.
Stewart is embarrassing as a starter. He should not be a starter for an NBA team.
Yeah.
Troy literally talks about culture and preaches this culture.
God, I'm so sick of fucking hearing culture in Detroit.
Bey was the definition of culture. That dude lived in the gym. He was a leader to these young guys when they drafted him. It just blows my mind that he gave up on Saddiq Bey that early, if we're just going to go around about it. That dude was addicted to the gym. That's a guy that you want on your team, especially in these situations. Like a 20-something game losing streak, they would not be on it. Guaranteed.
Yeah, Saddiq Bey was criminal, and
especially James Wiseman, dude doesn't even try.
Yeah.
My bad, Eazy.
Wiseman
no, you're good.
Sucks.
No, I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. Let me tell you guys about Mark White though, because if you're moving up here to Michigan to watch these pathetic teams, other than the Detroit Lions, shout out. What a beautiful thing to say. You gotta get with my guy Mark White because he saved you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. You heard that right. That's $5,000. Make sure you guys hit him up at markwhitesells.com or directly at 248-290-8242. Again, that's markwhitesells.com. Get up to $5 off your closing costs. Detroit Lions talk coming up next.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
We've just received word The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Happens when you run a great business for over 50 years. You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn and Day and find the branch you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford, find new roads.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights. I'm Eazy, Spin My Racks, Young Chris, Unky Nick. Hit that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. To begin this week, obviously it's Vikings week. I've been kind of dismissive of this game. One, for obvious reasons, like Nick Mullins beating the Detroit Lions, that should be as criminal as trading Sadiq Bey for James Wiseman. But that'd be fucking disgusting. But as the week's gone on, you'll do a little bit more homework. I myself, sometimes I'll listen to like opposing teams' media to see like who their key guys are, their key matchups, who they expect to make big impacts. This is a playoff game, Spinny. Mm-hmm. The Minnesota Vikings need to win this game if they want any hopes of making the playoffs.
Yeah, this is do or die for them. This is a must-win game for them. This is a game that if the Lions win, they secure the NFC North for the first time in franchise history. So this is a big game, a lot to be had on both sides, win or loss. So I expect the Lions to come out focused. I expect the Lions to come out in go mode, but it's not going to be a cakewalk. Like, yeah, you talk about Nick Mullins being a joke, but they've got playmakers over there. Yeah. They've got some playmakers over there. They have a guy in Justin Jefferson who is the best receiver in the league, even though Lucas thinks he's a system guy. They have TJ Hockenson, who is a top 3 tight end in the NFL. They have a guy in why can't I think of his name? Not Jack. I keep wanting to say Jackson Smith.
Addison.
Yeah, Addison, who is a fantastic rookie receiver. He's probably the best rookie receiver so far this year. So they have playmakers out there. They have guys that can hurt you. And this Lions secondary, although it looked good at Denver, has been pretty shaky the past couple games. So they're going to try to attack this team where they can, and that is down the field. That is with these great pass catchers that Minnesota has to offer. It's going to be scary for the Lions, man. They have a lot of weapons that they're going to have to deal with. The good thing is that Nick Mullins is kind of a cousin, and they got a guy that they can rattle a little bit. If you confuse him with different pressures, you flash some blitzes and back out, confuse him with the scheme that you're running at him, he might get in his head a little bit. He might make some bad throws. He might hold the ball too long. Aiden Hutchinson will finally get another sack. So you're going to have to get Nick Mullins' head before he gets the ball
shot there
in the hands of his playmakers.
That's for every reason. That's what I mean. This is an absolute playoff game. One, Minnesota needs to get to the playoffs if they hope to. I think they've made investments in this team such as like trading away draft picks to us to acquire TJ Hockenson. Two, and the same thing for the Detroit Lions. It's not obviously we're going to the playoffs, but to win the NFC North, this is the game. Not only do you immediately kick them out of the situation, but you also insert yourself as a champion. By the way, in like playoff semi situation for Detroit Lions, want to know? I'm just saying for Dan Campbell's sake, because they beat the Green Bay Packers, another NFC North rival, I should say. But you also make a great point too. It's going to be a tough out. It's going to be a tough out. They're hungry. This Brian Flores defense has been cranking up the heat.
Danielle Hunter's got
all types of exotic, different blitzes. Danielle Hunter's tearing shit up. Danielle Hunter, like, again, historically, he's done pretty well against Penei Sewell, if I'm being honest with you. Against the Detroit Lions, just quite frankly. And then if you look at our weaknesses as a team, I point to the secondary. I guess you could also point to the defensive linemen as well. But yeah, just as you said, the pass catchers they have could be lethal towards some of the defense, the version of the defense we've saw throughout this season. And as you said, TJ Hockenson, Addison, Jefferson, it's getting down to Nick Mullins. I think the other piece of it too, in terms of like matching weaknesses, it's a matchup game. That's why it's any given Sunday. If you have a matchup that like favors another team's weakness, then you have an opportunity to win that game. But again, back to Brian Flores with the exotic defenses, the exotic blitzes. I mean, we talk about personnel for AG. He's really only cooking with Harrison Smith, Danielle Hunter, and I guess Ivan Pace you could put on there now as an undrafted free agent. But they put those blitzes. That's what we hear about Jared Goff is when he gets rattled. That's what we heard about the Chicago Bears talking a little bit of shit that they got the W. That's what we hear about Roquan Smith and the Ravens talking a little bit of shit that they got the W. And so a couple blitzes at Jared Goff, and things start to change. I think this is going to be a lot bigger game than me personally even expected heading into it. Nick, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I've never bought into the Vikings this whole entire season. I thought the 5-game winning streak was a fluke when they acquired Josh Dobbs as well. And now it all comes into us going to Minnesota. And I watched the St. Brown podcast last night where St. Brown said he has never won in Minnesota as his tenure on the Lions. But he'll pick up that win come Saturday or come Sunday on Christmas Eve against the Minnesota Vikings to clinch the division for the first time since 93, is it?
Yeah.
Just insane. This defense does scare me. You brought up Hunter, absolute beast defensive end. That's the type of guy we're looking for to pair with Hutch, or we want Hutch to become that guy. That's the main key. Stop him, and I think we'll be just fine.
This is a game where the Detroit Lions show why they are who they are, why they are the brand new Lions, why they are the team that is going to win the NFC North. Because you're going on the road against a division opponent. Not an easy matchup by any reason, but there are no excuses. You put them in the ground. You're playing a backup quarterback. You're going against the team that you are better than. You have better players. You have a better roster. You have better coaches. Go out there and absolutely destroy them. Go out there and make sure they feel it. Make sure they know you are the NFC North champions for a reason. This same old Lions rhetoric is gone and dead because you're going into Minnesota in December on Christmas Eve and you're kicking the shit out of the Minnesota Vikings to win the division. I don't care if it's Justin Jefferson. I don't care if it's TJ Hawkinson. I don't care if it's Daniil Hunter. You are a better team. You are better coached. You have better players. Go out there and dominate them to win your division. That is what good teams do. That is what real contenders do. And I believe that is what the Detroit Lions are going to do on Sunday.
That's the feeling of it, right? Because everything you said is true. I think Dan Campbell's a better coach. I think Ben Johnson's a better coaching staff, just in general. But this is a division game, and I'm not going to discount that. Because you talk about like true contenders. I'm never going to count Patrick Mahomes and those boys out of it. Although this year they don't look the part. They've taken out the Denver Broncos, the lowly Denver Broncos. The same Denver Broncos we beat the shit out of. This is how division games work. Shit, when we were a bad team, we had beat the Green Bay Packers every once in a while. Or we went on a complete streak of beating the Chicago Bears while they were perceived as a better team. It's a division game where just anything can happen. I want to know. I don't know how much confidence you take away in a W in this situation.
I do take a lot of confidence away, and it depends on how they win.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be the Iffy Melifonwu game. No disrespect to Iffy Melifonwu. I don't want this to be a Khalif Raymond game. No disrespect to Khalif Raymond. I want this to be a Jared Goff, Aiden Hutchinson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown game. Big on big. Good on good. Your best players show up in the biggest spots you need them. I want Jared Goff to go out there and throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. I want Amon-Ra St. Brown to have 10 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown. I want Aiden Hutchinson to have a sack and a half and 2 tackles for loss. Prove why you guys are the best players on the best team in the NFC North. Go out there and dominate your opponent. Let the big dogs eat. And that's what I want to see.
I just don't know if we're going to see it, man. I think it's going to be a lot closer than... I think we'll win comfortably, but not enough to, 350 yards from Jared Goff comfortably. You know what I'm saying? I guess I just don't see it going down that way. This is a good, respectable team. I mean, the fact that they lost Kirk Cousins and are still in the position to make the playoffs
is
somewhat commendable.
Team. But you have aspirations of a championship.
That's fine, but
this is a team in your way.
Man.
This is a team in your way. This is a division rival. This is the team in your way of winning the NFC North for the first time in franchise history. If you are a legitimate Super Bowl contender, if you are a legitimate team that you expect to win a game in the playoff, you use that as motivation. You go beat the dog shit out of them. Because a respectable team should not stop a division champion from claiming their crown.
You're absolutely correct. I'm just not putting that expectation on them. That's all. Because the Chicago Bears are also a division opponent in the way of you doing all those same accolades.
Yeah, and that was an upsetting, terrible loss, and that's why it was.
Yeah.
Because they didn't show up.
But division games, man, that's how they go. I mean, like I said earlier, like the Broncos have beaten the Chiefs the way they did, inexcusable, should never happen. Like, it's just division games are wonky like that. We've as the worst team, that sucks to say out loud, but as the lesser team, I'll put it to you that way. Detroit Lions, we've been on the other side of it. Just getting a W against a team that's going to the playoffs just for the fuck of it. We're just rooting to like ruin your seeding or whatever. Like, that's been like the opposing side for us.
Yeah, and I get that. We're rooting to ruin your seeding because we have been there before. That's what we did against the Packers last year.
Yeah.
But go out there and prove why you're a top 3 team.
I'll say this though.
Go out there and prove why you're one of the best teams. Because I understand. I know, Booner, shut the fuck up in the chat. Welcome to the NFL, Spenny. I know division games are tough. But if you want to be that guy, if you want to be that team, you don't think playoff games are going to be tough? You don't think you don't think Dallas in Dallas is going to be tough? Good teams play good teams at the end of the season. That's what happens. Go out there and beat this team. And do it with your big guns.
I do want to say this, though. I definitely think the Detroit Lions still win. And I probably should save this one for a little bit for tomorrow, but whatever. I know we have more viewership today. Ben Johnson has faced a Brian Flores defense back when Flores was here with Miami as the head coach. And it was a little bit of a shootout. So I think Ben Johnson knows his way around the Brian Flores defense. I think some people brought up, too, like the history of Jared Goff versus Brian Flores. This isn't the same Jared Goff. This is a new, improved Jared Goff. Jared Goff never used to call his own protections. And he's been part of like just making this offense, just quite literally. Mm-hmm. And I have to give him that due respect. I think Brian Flores, as good as he is as a defensive coordinator, that Ben Johnson got the better of him in Miami when he came here as the head coach and made all the decisions. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll still find our way around it. It's just kind of up to this defense and against those like lethal pass catchers they have over there.
Yeah.
But we do have a guest coming up next. He is a Minnesota Vikings content creator, One Bar. That's my guy. I haven't talked to him in a minute. But first, Vinny, tell us about Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm. Customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology has been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Make sure you tell them that the Woodward Heavyweight sent you.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
It's the Dispo Dispensary Holiday Extravaganza. Come meet Santa Claus and get up to $200 in in-store gift cards every Friday at Dispo. See store locations for more information. And remember, Dispo is your local cannabis plug. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks, Young Chris, no JB Smooth, get well soon, my guy. We got Unky Nick on the ones and twos. Smash that like button.
Let's go.
Be a friend and tell a friend. At some point, we'll be joined by One Bar. He's a Minnesota Vikings content creator, getting his take on the Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. That's a great point you brought up, though, about Amon-Ra not winning there before, Nick.
Yeah, shout out. He said it on his podcast. So that, that's motivation in its own right. And then we're coming off the biggest win this year, probably, besides maybe the opener. And they're coming off like a super, super hard loss. So that's why I think it'll kind of even out a little bit as well. But if this team wants to prove that they are 100% contenders in this NFC, this is a game that they should no doubt handle, win by at least a touchdown, control the game on the ground with your bread and butter, get the ball to Laporta and Saint. It's just our offense has to show out, and then defense step up when you need to. I think we'll get the dub here.
I'm with that too. As much as maybe because listen, Dan does play those Jedi mind tricks where he's like, yeah, we're gonna break the record for the fans. Just putting on you to fucking then go break the record. When Jared Goff, he hits the freaking. You got the blue screen death. I'll get him a new link here soon. But with Jared Goff, same situation. He hit the podium this week. It was like, we're gonna let him loose. Is it possible? Again, run the ball. We're gonna run the ball.
Again, yeah, they're not. I don't think let him loose means they're going to drop back Jared Goff and have him throw 40 times a game. I don't think anyone in this offense wants to do that. That's not how this offense is going to be successful. I think letting him loose or having him play loose, it means let him play with confidence. Have him take away the thinking and anything like that and just let him turn back and spin it. They're still going to run the ball. They're still going to be a offense that is majority running the ball and running play action because that's what works. That's what plays to his strengths. Nobody wants to see him drop back 40 times a game. They want to feed the run game. But when he says let him loose, I think it just means take the burden off his shoulders. Maybe he was getting in his head a little bit because of the turnovers and he was making bad decisions or thinking too much, holding on the ball a little bit too much. And in the Denver game, it looked like he was playing loose. He was ripping it. And he was making throws, making the right throws to the right receivers, hitting open guys in space and letting them do the rest. So that's what I want to see out of letting Jared Goff loose is him playing with confidence.
Yeah, definitely towards the second quarter of that game, he definitely started going off a little bit. But I'm just perceiving it as a little bit of a Jedi mind trick because, again, if you think about the strengths of this Minnesota defense, it's been the exotic blitz packages that Brian Flores constantly brings you. And as you said earlier, too, that's gets Jared Goff a little bit rattled. You get the pressure on him. I think that 0.6% pressure rate for that brief period of time. Well, look, all those exotic blitzes only work if we're sitting back there passing the ball. You have a fantastic running game. Matter of fact, the second best in the league. Do that. Because once you get that run game going, those blitzes mean shit. And we have a dominant offensive line to do so, too. And I saw the injury report. I saw a couple comments in the Woodward Sports chat asking about the Frank Ragnow being on there. He just had meniscus surgery. There's no need for this man to be out there practicing, risking, or stressing that any more than it needs to on game day.
I'd rather have Frank Ragnow not practice for the rest of the year.
He's probably not going to. Honestly, there was obviously Penei Sewell was on there yesterday too, and limited participant, full practice day too. I
don't need any of those guys to practice for the rest of the year.
They're fine. If anything, too, it's like maybe you want them to know the blitzes, but as Dan Campbell said, and Jared Goff said yesterday too,
you can learn that in the film room.
Learn that in the film room, and it's going to be something you're going to be studying to the end of it, regardless. And to the end of it, up until game day. But again, if you run that football, they're not going to be able to throw those exotic blitz patches on you. I will say this though too: if you doing that, obviously you open up the play action, which that's where Jared Goff eats. That's that man's bread and butter. Just run the ball, please. For me, I'm perceiving to let him loose as a Jedi mind trick for the Minnesota Vikings coaching staff, but I just need that way.
They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run the ball a lot, as they should. Like you said, this is a blitz-heavy defense. Brian Flores likes to blitz, and the best way to beat a blitz is to do those draws. Give me a couple Jahmyr Gibbs draw plays. Let all those linebackers and those defenders get up the field and put it in his gut and let him take off.
Let him cook. Gibbs leading the league in yards per carry. I want to see him get at least 13 to 14 rushes, another couple passes out of the backfield there. But yeah, and once you set that up, if they blitz, JMO, now that they're getting on the same page, him and Goff, let him loose down the field. And that's just going to open stuff up for Laporta and Saint as well. Let's go. I'm so excited about this offense from what I've seen last week. Let's cook.
I don't know what you say that one, Chris. I apologize. We're getting one bar on. Did you see the article out there about Ben Johnson? Wanting that, I guess it ended up being like fake.
Yeah, I saw who. So, do we have the graphic of Josina Anderson's report? So, Josina Anderson said Ben Johnson has been I don't know the exact quote.
Here it is.
Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson has informed teams that he's seeking $15 million per season for head coaching duties. That is per Josina Anderson of the NFL. And Ben Johnson's agent put out a tweet, and his tweet was that this is just not true, that it's blatantly false. This is Ben Johnson's agent. He said, I told personnel around the league that discussing their awareness that there is no asking price or demand, and this tweet is 100% false and irresponsible reporting per source. And I actually dug a little deeper into this. I went out there, I combed through my sources, I hit up my insiders, and I found who Josina Anderson's per source was.
Who is
this? Was Josina Anderson's per source. Chris, is that picture in there?
Yes, it is.
This was Josina Anderson's per source. Chris... what is it?
I don't fucking know.
Christina Thompson? Or
Carissa Thompson.
Carissa Thompson.
No way, that's true.
Carissa Thompson
he's fucking around.
is Josina Anderson's per source, because she just likes to make shit up anyways. But yeah, this was it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild that she just put that out there.
Knowing Ben Johnson too, bro, it's like his characteristics, because he was obviously a head coaching candidate last year too. And anytime he ever was even asked about it, it's the only time he got a little snippy with the media. Like he is focused on the task at hand, and I think that's what makes him a great coach. Like immediately when I saw that, I was like, he's not. By the way, too, I think it's illegal. Maybe it could have been his agent discussing these conversations with these other teams, but like you're not allowed to like participate in any type of interview process, any type of contact about other teams' head coach or assistant during the actual NFL season. They actually even extended to the point where you can't even do it past I think it'd be like the conference championships before you start interviewing head coaches or assistants at that point too. So I immediately knew this thing was bullshit. But let me tell you something, Ben Johnson, you could demand that.
Yeah.
But Ben Johnson, I believe, would be worth every single penny of that. Ben Johnson, a damn good football coach, especially offensive coach. I would point to the fact of Jared Goff's somewhat resurgence to be I guess
that would put him as like
the
third highest paid coach in the NFL, or third or fourth.
Third or fourth?
Yeah, behind, because I know number one is Bill Belichick. He's making like $25 million a year.
Sheesh.
Pete Carroll's number two. He's making, or not Pete Carroll. Sean Payton's number two.
Yeah, Payton.
He's making $18 million, and then Pete Carroll and Sean McVay.
And then right ahead
they're
of
around
Kyle
like they're
Shanahan.
at like 14, 15 million a year, and then Kyle Shanahan's like 12.5.
Worth it. Because not only did I get that Jared Goff had success with the LA Rams beforehand, but that goes along with like the rookie deal. That's when he went to the playoffs, stack team, all that good shit like that. But part of the reason they got rid of him, he couldn't read defenses, never called his own protections. Got here in Detroit, that was something he learned once Ben Johnson got his hands on him and started working with him. And it's like Ben Johnson inherently made Jared Goff a better quarterback. And that being the case, too, the Detroit Lions are on the way to winning the NFC North for the first time in team history.
Yeah.
Winning the first division in over 30 years. It's unprecedented territory. And a lot of it has to do with Ben Johnson. Because as much as I love Dan Campbell, that 2021 campaign, and I get he had a shit roster. Like I will forgive that. But it wasn't nice like what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson's blessed us by far. By a lot, if I'm being quite honest with you. And that's why I'm so nervous about
I doubt he's asking
losing.
for that much money, though.
No.
Rookie head coaches aren't going to make that much.
Yeah, dude. It's not. I mean, he's got the second best run defense in the game. I'm sorry, run offense in the game too.
Josina Anderson's just, I don't know.
The way he's been
Sounds like
talked
Chris
about.
Thompson.
The way he's been talked about though on all like the ESPN different like with Colin Cowherd and whatnot, he is the hottest coaching commodity out there. I'd say so. I mean, if he did have that price, I wouldn't even doubt it at all. Especially with the way the NFL's going up with like
I would
just the prices.
Well, you're not going to get paid that much as a rookie head coach.
Yeah, but that's the power. That's negotiating. Like you don't start with your acceptable offer, right? Like you work your way down. Like you start higher than what you're willing to accept. So that's just, to me, this isn't a surprise. It's just the timing of it is weird. the timing of it's
Yeah.
weird. But other than that, like him seeking $15 million, like you're not going to start and be like $7 million. Like
MPWMU makes a good point. He says Ben Johnson stole the baby Jesus out of the local nativity.
Yeah, multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple
It's
local
true.
nativities.
It's true.
Hey,
I saw him going to animal shelters and just spraying the cats with a little spray bottle.
And
kicking
that's
the
where I
cages of the
draw the
dogs.
damn line.
There's bleach in the spray bottle too.
Yeah, kicking the cages of the dogs, shaking it up a little bit.
I saw him take
Not
a
head
shit
coaching material.
on the church steps.
Yeah.
Took a shit on the church porch steps.
Yeah.
Not
I
head
saw
coaching material.
him kick Riley Patterson before they cut him.
I saw
He
the
said
same
this
thing.
is how you kick.
He said his head coaching idol is Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
His NFL head coaching idol.
It's not great.
Not head coach material.
That's not head coaching material. When we get back, we'll get our guy One Bar on the phone. We're having some connection issues with V-Mix, but before we do that, Sweeney, can you tell us about Planet Fitness?
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, and there are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. Over 60 brands of food. Lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome to What We're Having Waits Live at WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spinmo Rex, Young Chris, Unky Nick, and also we got my guy Matt Falk. One Bar, the One Bar and Fluffagus. I can't. What's the last name? How do you say your other buddy's name?
You got it, man. Luffagus.
There we go. What up, man? How you been?
I'm doing good, man. I wish you could see my face. It hasn't gotten any better looking.
We appreciate you joining the show, man, as always.
Sure.
You know, you're our favorite Vikings content creator.
Absolutely.
And I just want to get right into it. I want to ask about the most important position on the field, and that being the quarterback position. You look, my guy, Spartan Dog, Kirk Cousins, went down, Colts Cash Kirk, and that was a big hit for you guys. You trade for Josh Dobbs, had some success off rip, and then he starts faltering a little bit, and now you got Nick Mullins in there. How confident are you with Nick Mullins under center throwing to the weapons that you guys have on offense?
I am confident of Nick Mullins as a hungover farce. It is terrifying. I mean, it's Nick Mullins. We got to be real. I mean, he's a little bit better than Josh Dobbs, but it's scary. And last week, you can look at his stat line and say, you know what, he did all right. But if you watch the game, he didn't do all right. It was pretty tough to watch. This game's going to come down to if his receivers can make big plays, if TJ Hawkins can make big plays. They got to make him look good because he's not going to make them look good.
Yeah, because he still had, like 300 yards passing? Was that the situation? I know I watched the game, but I was getting a little turned up at the same time because Detroit Lions had a primetime game that day. Was he making plays out there, or was it just mostly TJ Hawkins, Addison, and Jefferson carrying him in that game?
I mean, he made some decent plays. I mean, the bit long Addison touchdown was just a crazy good catch. It was not a good throw. They were bailing him out. So, yeah, like I said, the stat line makes him look a lot better. I mean, he was taking it back. The interceptions were brutal. I don't know if you saw that interception he threw when he was basically sideways to a defensive lineman.
That was the wildest interception I've ever seen in my life. That thing was crazy.
It was brutal.
What are you? So where's your confidence level on this one then? Because you guys got the playoffs on the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, so we can technically lose this game. The Packers game is the big game. If we lose this game, our percentage goes down. If we win the Packers, it goes back up to about 50. And trust me, I've done every little scenario, see what it takes to get in the playoffs. But to be realistic and confidence level, I mean, you guys have been very good on the road. You guys are after last week's game against Denver, looked damn good. You guys, I was watching the show, you're saying, they got to run the ball. I really hope you decide not to run the ball for some reason. That is scary as hell, what you got going on there. But confidence level, it's below 50%, but it's not zero. I mean, it's an NFC North game, baby. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, the Vikings defense are playing good. We got some offensive weapons. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, how about that defense, man? Brian Flores took over, and I mean, we always give our guy Aaron Glenn, our defensive coordinator, some bail because he doesn't have much personnel to work with. A lot of the guys he does have, he's pretty young, but you guys had seemed to make a turn with that defense in just 1 year with Brian Flores.
He's slow, man. It's going to be a sad day when he gets hired as a head coach next year. I hope he interviews terribly. That sounds really bad, but I want him back so damn bad. What he did with this defense, Ed Donatel last year, our defense was monumentally bad. It was pathetic. And Flores comes in, probably even with a worse, I mean, he's got an undrafted free agent at middle linebacker. Our cornerbacks are pretty sketchy, and he just turns this thing around immediately. And his big thing is he's bringing the blitz. No secret. I mean, blitz is like 60% of the time. Daniil Hunter's getting after it. He's got Josh Metellus out there, who's been an unsung hero for the Vikings defense. He's putting the right guys in the right place to succeed. And Daniil Hunter's 15.5 sacks for the Hurricanes.
That's one thing I wanted to ask you about Daniil Hunter and how, like, you guys don't have much else to work with on that defensive line when it comes to pass rushers, and Daniil Hunter is still getting it done. He's got to be the face of every offensive coordinator that it goes up against the Minnesota Vikings. Like, we gotta stop this guy. We gotta double team this guy. But he still gets it done at 15.5 sacks. How incredible has this season been for you from Daniil Hunter?
It's insane. If we did not have Daniil Hunter, it would be I'd be very curious to see what our record would be. Because you're right. I mean, there's not a ton of scary players on our defensive side of the ball, and they're focusing on Hunter day in or week in and week out, and he's just making them look silly. He's a man amongst boys. That dude is a freak. And, I mean, I expect him to get, it's expected now. I expect him to get 2 sacks this week.
And then
he better.
Man, I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
I'm hoping against that for sure. I caught a little bit of your guys. You guys put like an 8-minute video out yesterday, and I watched it, talking about you guys like key contributors like this game. And I seen you were teasing your live stream that night at 7 o'clock, and you were kind of highly critical of Kevin O'Connell. What's going on over there? What were the concerns with him? He was a hot candidate last year.
No, I mean, I'm still on the Kevin O'Connell train. Anybody who's not Vikings fans, I mean, we're crazy. We're batshit crazy. We hop off the train easy. But I mean, he's 13-4 last year. He's 7-7 this year without Kirk Cousins.
That's insane. So he's doing a good job. His decision making has been very suspect at times. When we get the lead last week, a great example with the Bengals, he just gets soft.
he turns into this big stallion. He doesn't go for the throat. He never does. I mean, when we do the tush push twice in a row last week with Garrett Bradbury as our center, we had Brandon Powell pushing Nick Mullins, who weighs about 103 pounds.
Jeez.
I mean, it's just stuff like that. It's like, what the hell are you doing, man? It's very odd. He does some very weird things.
And what
as a head coach, though, I couldn't be. I mean, it's the culture, everything he's turned around has been fantastic. So I'm on the Kevin O'Connell train. Just very annoyed about that last game.
And what do you need to see out of this Vikings team going into this matchup? Because obviously we match up twice here in the last 3 weeks of the season. So this first one against the Lions, what do you want to see out of the Vikings to kind of start the game off?
Some fire. I mean, it's tough to say when you got Nick Mullins as your quarterback to see some fire. But come out and chuck that thing 40, 50 yards, Justin Jefferson on the first drive. Do something. Try to get something going. I'd love to say we're going to come out and pound the ball and control the clock. That ain't going to happen. I mean, we got Ty Chandler who's going to be our running back. Granted, he's coming off of a very good game, but we gotta pull our balls out in this game. We can't try to just play it safe. I mean, you guys, the offensive weapons on your team scare the living crap out of us, and we can't play safe. We can't do it. We've done it too long, and it ain't working.
Yeah, I almost feel like the Spider-Man meme in this matchup because, like, although you guys have Nick Mullins at quarterback, T.J. Hockenson, Jordan Addison, and Justin Jefferson are still scary for any opposing defense. Those are all playmakers that make plays once they get the ball in their hands. But I guess real quick too, defensively, I see you guys are ranking fifth in the league at stopping the run. Is that like a legit stat, or is there some context to it? We're playing some garbage running backs. Like, what's going on with that thing? You guys got a hell of a run defense here.
No, it's actually pretty legit, which is insane. I mean, last year I don't remember where we ranked. It was probably damn near dead last. But we're stuffing the run. I'm telling you, Josh Metellus, our third safety. We're playing three safeties pretty much every play. We got Cam Bynum out there, Harrison Smith, and Josh Metellus is just the hunter. He's out there and he is getting after it against the running back. Harrison Phillips is having a very, very good year. He didn't practice today, which blows ass, but I would say it's pretty legit.
Hey,
we're definitely gonna have our hands full on Sunday with your two boys, which again scares the crap out of me. And with B-Flow, what I'll say quick, he brings the house. He blitzes a ton. I'm curious to see what he does on Sunday against you guys, because if you start dinking and dunking, throwing screen passes, that's going to be bad news.
You know, that's where we make a lot of our money, is over the middle of that field in that dink and dunk route, and especially with guys, we have electricity on the offense with guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, guys that can, when they get the ball in their hands, they can do a lot of damage in the open field.
Yeah, we're gonna have 10 guys in your backfield while St. Brown is just taking off for an 80-yard touchdown.
Man, I'm hoping
I'll be crying.
J-Mo wakes up, man.
He's not allowed to do anything against the Vikings. We traded up, so that's the one guy that can't do anything, or Viking fandom will explode.
That's right. I forgot that.
So we got to shut his ass down, man.
Shout out Louis Seen.
Yeah, and that's
Louis Seen.
His first touchdown came against you guys too. Nick, you got a question for him?
Yeah, I do. I was just curious, looking into the future for the Minnesota Vikings, because obviously we see them twice a year. You guys have Justin Jefferson that's due for a contract extension, along with Danielle Hunter, who are two superstars on their respective sides of the ball. What do you guys do with that situation and your quarterbacks going forward as a content creator for the Vikings? What would you like to see?
Well, that's the big question with Kirk Cousins. I mean, the numbers floated around were like 2 years for $60 million. I mean, $30 million a year for Kirk Cousins, when you look at the big scheme of things, isn't horrible. But then you got to look at it like Danielle Hunter, like you said, Hunter, Jefferson. I mean, Christian Darrisaw. I mean, he's one of the best left tackles in the league. We're going to have to pay him. There's some big names out there, but I would love to see Danielle Hunter to come back. Obviously, Jefferson. I don't think he can do that and bring Kirk Cousins back. So I fluctuate. I change every day what route to go. But as of now, I'm on the move on from Kirk Cousins, as painful as it is. I know don't know what you got till it's gone. But But at some point, you got to do it. And with Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, you got playmakers where you can bring in a young quarterback that will hopefully get him moving along as soon as possible.
And then real quick, man, before I let you go, I got two last questions for you. Number one, where can people find your podcasts and all your content? And then number two, do you believe in ghosts?
That's a good question.
One more Luppagus show, Daily Vikings channel. We're on it multiple times a day, yapping our mouth, talking about how we're going to win the Super Bowl, which we will this year. So one more Luppagus show. Ghosts, yeah, you're damn right. I believe in ghosts. I'm an old man, and if it doesn't matter what time of night it is, I ain't going downstairs to get a glass of water. No way in hell, not until the sun comes up.
Any ghost stories?
No, I've never seen one. But I am a ginger, so when it's nighttime, people have actually confused me for a ghost. So I scare the living shit out of people. I glow in the dark, baby.
Matt, man, I appreciate you joining us, man. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day. And I'd say good luck, but we got to get this one done, man. I'm sorry.
Appreciate you as always, man.
Ain't happening, man. We're gonna give you guys some heartburn on Sunday. Let's go.
Appreciate you. Hope you have a better night tonight than you do on Sunday. That's for sure.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me, guys. Always a pleasure.
Thanks,
of course,
brother.
Thanks, man. Always good to have you on. Now let me tell you guys about Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. They got half off pizza on Thursdays and food and drink specials for every NFL game and all Michigan sports games. Try that smokehouse brisket mac and cheese. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. Hamlin Pub, where everyone's a regular.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
BullseyeEventGroup.com is where you guys need to go to purchase your tickets for the best and the official Detroit Lions VIP tailgate party. Sponsored by Long Drink. That means it's all you can drink and free food and a free ride to the game then afterwards. So you guys stay safe that way too and warm. BullseyeEventGroup.com. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Smo Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Unky Nick on the ones and twos.
Let's go.
Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. My guy Spinny, one of his favorite songs, his favorite artist, top 5 rapper to him, Nicki Minaj.
Well,
She has Roman's Revenge. That's his favorite title.
That's Jeff.
And
You're
so,
thinking of Jeff.
Hey, Cole snapped on that new Nicki feature, though.
Did he? I didn't know there was a new.
Didn't hear it.
Nicki feature. I'm surprised Spinny wouldn't make me alert of that. It's your favorite artist.
That's Jeff. He said she's top 5.
My name is Jeff.
Dragon.
Like a dungeon dragon. Spinny, you did your
She's
own
top
version
5
of this.
classable cheeks in the rap game, that's for sure.
For sure. You see her acting like wild with Kai Sinte?
Yeah.
Bitch, you're married with kids, acting like
She's
that.
married?
Yeah. She's got a
She
whole
married
husband.
that,
And she got like a son too.
Yeah, she married that one dude who had the criminal case and all that. The one
you didn't
she's
hear
known
about that
for
guy?
like 20 years or
Is
whatever.
it like a pedo case too? Or
Yeah.
something?
Ooh.
Yeah. Married him.
Yikes.
She knew him for like 20 years, like before she was famous in the industry. That's actually what she talks about in the Cole record. It's a love song.
Okay. All right. So what's up next?
You were inspired, so you made Spenny's playoff revenge.
I did.
Spenny's
Spenny's playoff revenge. I talked about it on BDE today, and we talked about who we'd rather see the Lions get a matchup with.
Yeah.
In the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I said I was a little more scared of the Rams, but I want to see the Rams.
Yeah.
I want to see the Rams on Ford Field. I want Matthew Stafford to come back to Ford Field and the Lions to win. The Lions to beat Matthew Stafford in Ford Field, get that revenge there, close the book on that, get your first playoff win as the first team in Lions history to win an NFC North against Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. I think that would be a fire-ass script for those script writers at the NFL.
Yes.
And then in the second round of the playoffs, just clap the cheeks of Matt Patricia's defense.
Oh, yeah.
Just absolutely destroy the Philadelphia Eagles defense.
I want it.
Think of in back-to-back playoff wins for the Lions. You conquer Matt Stafford, and I'm talking blow him out. Shit on him. Right on his chest. I love Stafford, but if that happens, I want you to die in that game.
What?
I want you to be sacked 50 times. I want you to throw for negative 10 yards. Dominate Matt Stafford in the first round of the playoffs, get the win.
Just wish death upon Matthew Stafford.
And then go in the second round of the playoffs and line up against none other than Matt Patricia. Which one will be sweeter to you? Which victory would be sweeter to you?
Sweet victory.
Yeah.
For me,
the winner takes all.
I think it's Matthew Stafford. I mean,
because he made. He climbed the mountaintop.
If I'm being honest with you, personally, it is Matt Patricia because I hate that human being.
I hate Matt Patricia.
I think he's a fucking slob.
He's a loser.
I think he's a fucking arrogant piece of shit.
We should ride out on quads if we play the Eagles.
That would be fucking awesome. The whole team's coming out on quads. Hey, Sheila does. She's invested in Ford Motor Company. They could probably make that happen. But for me personally, yes, it is the Matt Patricia route. I want to whoop that guy's ass. I want to embarrass him because not only was he like shit here, but he was this arrogant piece of shit while doing it.
And he ruined us.
Like fuck whatever dagger time. I don't even remember the birth of it. But I remember when I heard it, I fucking puked. I puked in my mouth a little bit, and then I was pissed off even more.
You were drinking
because it was fucking disgusting. The other thing on top of that too, with Matt Patricia, he just never took any fucking ounce of accountability.
No, it's true.
Not a single shred of it.
Well, I had the best defensive play call in Super Bowl history, so
like brother, Pete Carroll fucked that one up. Yeah. You didn't do anything sweet there, bud. Pete Carroll fucked that one up, and you just tried taking credit for it. On top of just not taking credit for the shit team that you put on the field while you were the head coach of the Detroit Lions. I fucking hate Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like someone dying on the field, I'm not gonna wish any deaths, but if it happened to him, it'd feel like a little bittersweet. You know what I'm saying? It would be, oh fuck, that sucks. But like, hey. They wrote into the script for that to happen. It was meant to happen. This guy fucking set us back so far. God bless Dan Campbell. And also the handshake line. I'd love Dan Campbell to spit on him and just fucking throw him on the ground. Stomp him a few times.
Just fight him.
Yeah. But I get like storyline wise, it's Matthew Stafford all day. But me personally, it is Matt Patricia. That's the Matt I'd rather see splat for sure.
That's for sure. Splat the Matt.
Splat the Mats. Who is it for you, Nikki?
You guys are 2 for 2 for wishing death upon the other players.
Wish death upon thee!
I do not want to see the Rams in the playoffs at all. I get the whole revenge tour. I love the storyline behind it. I don't want to see it. I could not handle that as a Lions fan to see Matthew Stafford tear this defense into shreds if we can't get pressure on him. We've seen it in Ford Field. We've seen that arm. I know it's not the same as it was, but Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, we know Kyron Williams. Like, I do not want to see that offense against our defense currently right now, and I would not be able to handle it as a fan. I would love to see the Vikings with their third-string quarterback. I would love to see the Packers, and we get revenge on them. I would not be able to handle it as a Lions diehard slappy. I could not do it.
I'm with you on that. That one would hurt too. Like the fact that like
that would be heartbreaking. Because
the other thing too, like we had the battle you're heading into the season. I was like, look, I think you disrespect Sean McVay and this Rams team. This guy's an excellent coach. Went back and forth on it. He is that. Mm-hmm. So if he came here and put on the master class on top of having Matthew Stafford to a little sugar on top, it would fucking hurt. It would suck. And I know for damn sure you gobblers out there would be sick to your fucking stomachs.
Yeah.
That's a huge embarrassment on him. But the fact of the matter is, this is a team, I'm talking about the LA Rams here, with over, I want to say, 17 to 20 rookies. They're rostering 17 to 20, like just first time playing. If they were to come in here and beat our beloved Detroit Lions, our grit, salty Detroit Lions, that would hurt. That would hurt.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would win. I think we would win, but it's like, well, I mean, we'd be favored to win. I would pick us to win, but it's just the off chance. Matthew Stafford, after everything that's happened, all the momentum we've had going, to get shot in the heart like that, it would just be, it'd be a dagger in that time of spot. Yeah.
Don't say dagger time. Why would you say?
I'm getting way more grief for wanting the. I don't want the death.
Because I said killed. I'm saying like, not actually killed, but like.
Yeah, me either.
Chris, what would you want?
I definitely think it's Patricia. Like I
mean, kill the career of Matt Patricia.
Yeah, I don't hold that much resentment towards like Matt Stafford personally. Again, it would obviously suck to lose that game. It sucked to lose any game. It sucks to lose whoever you play. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I'm just looking at Patricia, and that guy was a douchebag. I want fucking Dan Campbell in the handshake line to take the pencil out of his fucking out of his ear, just snap it, and then just fucking put it right back in his chest and push him back like 5 feet.
He's such a douche.
That would be so funny.
He is such a bro. Listen, you watch him this past weekend?
Yeah.
He's got the fucking laminated play call sheet. Why is there a fucking pencil in your ear? You don't even have anything to write on with the fucking pencil.
That is true.
Like, you're that much of a douchebag. You put it in the ear just for, like, what? Are you trying to market yourself?
Let me talk to
him. What is a pencil there for?
Maybe he wants the Dixon Ticonderoga deal.
It's a laminated it's a laminated sheet. You can't even write on it. You're just a dickbag. He's such a douche. I hate that guy.
Never sharpen that pencil, having ass bitch.
Man. Can't even do nothing with the pencil. What are we doing? Who's it for you?
It's Stafford.
Over Matty P?
Yeah. I mean,
100%.
obviously, I hate Matt Stafford, or I hate Matt Patricia more. I'm a big Stafford guy. I love Stafford. I was happy to see him get his Super Bowl. But that would be the dragon I would want to slay more, because it would mean more. You're an NFC champion.
Bigger storyline for sure.
NFC North champion. The first playoff win is against your former quarterback. Like, I think that's more of a storyline. Matt Patricia's just a bum.
Yeah. It is more of a storyline. We already know that Matt Patricia's a loser.
I wonder if JB would answer the Rams too, just because by beating Matt Patricia, you're also beating Jalen Hurts by casualty. So I feel like JB's in a tough spot there.
That is true.
Patricia with the pencil is like Eazy with the side salad. Neither getting used. That's facts, bro. I ain't no salads got fucking bacon bits or chicken in it. What are we doing here? Honestly, you want me to fucking eat? I could go outside eating grass and do the same thing. Equally as useless. I am in a full agreement with that one. But yeah, no, I want Matty P's. I
want his head
platter. Yeah, I want to be the reason he gets fired. The same way that like another Patriot assistant coach came here and got destroyed.
Yeah,
and the fucking good riddance.
Yeah,
same needs to happen with Matt Patricia. Same as that would be fucking amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
This is a personal vendetta of mine.
I want to be able to see him sit up there at a press conference and say, "I called all the right plays. This is on the players." Like,
dude, that's how he operates.
That's how he operates. I put him in the right position.
His players. Like, I was even pissed off how disrespectful the Eagles were, and I get like NFL organizations look at players differently than we do. Like we love them. Like we love the plays they make, but it's a business in their eyes. And I just thought it was disrespectful in the first place for them to even bring him on as assistant coach when you have Darius Slay, who's done a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of you
let him cook.
Eagles fans talk shit about my guy Big Play Slay too, but I mean, you sure as hell missed him. Last Monday on national television where Drew Lock fucking listen. Every single play was against James Bradbury on that drive, by the way, too. The game-winning drives. You guys see that? Every single throw and catch on that play was against James Bradbury in coverage. So you guys been disrespectful my guy Slay, and then you went and go hire Matty P. On top of it, we need to get him fired.
Yeah.
Come see us. We'll take care of it for you. I'm not scared of the Eagles anymore, by the way, unless Hurts gets healthy. I think something's going on there.
It's fair.
Let me tell you about Favorite Pack Company. For over 6 years, we provided Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the finest prime Wagyu beef, dry-aged beef, and more. Stop by the store in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steak or visit them online at fairwaypacking.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Has watching and arguing about sports made you a last-minute holiday shopper, feeling more pressure than Jared Goff in a pocket behind an injured offensive line, which we don't have to worry about anymore because Frank Ragnow's back? Jack Labrador has you covered. It will change your gifting game in your face heads-up play. That'll have you on the edge of your seat. It's the one deck that brings 3 games to your table. Perfect for lazy last-minute shoppers like you. Jack Labrador is the ultimate gift that keeps the fun going. Scan the QR code above or go to jacklabrador.com to get your decks today.
Buongiorno. Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy. We got spin more racks heading off the rails. We're keeping them on tight for this one. Just relax, calm yourself down. We got young Chris, Unky Nick on the 1s and 2s. Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend. Last week, spin more racks. That AG defense was on fire.
They were playing lights out.
They were playing lights out. And my guy Justin Rogers
making plays.
Got to ask AG if that was going to continue to happen. Play the video, Chris.
Let's hear it.
A lot more blitzing, I think, on early downs. Certainly more usage of your secondary. I assume a lot of that had to do with just how long Russell held on to the ball. Typically, that was his kind of profile. But did you see value, I guess, in kind of the way you blitzed in that game as something that can be applicable going forward for you guys?
Listen, I wanted to be aggressive in that. I knew the matchups that we had were favorable for us when you go Dorsey out there because Dorsey can run. You guys have seen that on special teams. Iffy being out there, a former corner that can play. So, man, those are guys that allowed us as a defense to go out there and really be aggressive. And it was a fun game to call, especially against my former boss, who I like a lot. And he's taught me a lot. To go out there and go toe-to-toe with him for the most part. Like, it was fun.
Spinny, I love to hear that because this Detroit Lions defense has been putrid at times during the season. It's been awful. But last week, it looked like some shit I've yet to see out of this AG defense in his tenure, if I'm being quite honest with you. Yeah. The blitzes he was able to dial up and they executed perfectly on top of it was amazing. And it makes sense, too. I'm almost ashamed of myself for not even thinking about this beforehand. But the fact that, like, yeah, you do have Iffy out there as a former cornerback playing the safety position. So when you do blitz a Khalil Dorsey or whoever it may be, you are a lot more comfortable with the assignment and coverage that he has versus, in all due respect, to Tracy, but Tracy Walker. Yeah. I know that's your guy. But it's like, damn, that is sick. And then on top of that, too, because Iffy, we don't know if it's a flash in the pan or if it's the real deal. But it feels a lot better knowing that CJ is also on his way back. Yeah. To provide some of that same alleviation for these blitzing cornerbacks. And AG said it before, too.
It's better
if it was up to him, he would live off the man coverage and blitz 24/7.
It's better to have more playmakers out there than not having more playmakers out there. When you see Iffy breaking up passes, when you see them hitting guys hard, Brian Branch laying the stick, Ife Melifonwu laying the stick. They are not just making these soft tackles. They are not just breaking up passes. They are sending messages to offenses. If you're going to come across the middle, you're going to fucking feel it. I'm going to put you in the dirt, and you're going to think twice before you come across the middle against me again. That's what you have to do in the NFL. You can't give free runs to guys. You can't let these wide receivers get comfortable going across the middle. You put your shoulder into them, and you put them in the dirt. And that's what the Detroit Lions were doing. On top of getting home to Russell Wilson. On top of putting pressure on Russell Wilson so he can't sit back there all day and throw that beautiful deep ball to his
what, his ex-girlfriend?
I was gonna say his excellent wide receivers, but they're not really excellent.
Yeah.
I was thinking of his guys in Seattle still. But Russell Wilson has one of the best deep balls in the league. And he wasn't able to get that off. Because the Lions were getting to him in the pocket, because they were playing good defense on the back end. So I was very impressed with what I saw. I hope they can continue doing that, and I hope that they can make hell for opposing offenses.
That's what we've been asking all season, is being like the pass rush couldn't get nothing going. I miss Todd Wash, and if they go away from the rest of that Panthers coaching staff on their hire, I hope that we get him. I hope we're able to get him back. I don't know why he left. He made a lateral move, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like from a defensive line coach to defensive line coach. So I don't know if it's like personal reasons or what it may be, but I would love to have him back for the pass rush sake, for like the front four. But if we're unable to get that pass rush off of front four, then yes, give me those exotic blitzes. I do have this question, I guess, for you, Nick, because you guys are more like the football heads. No offense, Chris, but like with knowing like those blitzes, like you said, they're kind of against like
Saints tag, like
semi good receivers, like not consistently enough good. Do you have that same confidence to blitz against guys like freaking Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson? Because it's a little bit of a different situation there.
It is definitely a different situation, but I do because of who's throwing the ball. You have Nick Mullins throwing the ball. It's not Russell Wilson back there. So he is going to make some mistakes. He is going to make some bad throws. He's going to leave stuff over the middle. He's going to throw it late over the middle. Mm-hmm. So get there and put him in as much pressure to make those decisions as fast as he possibly can. Because with an inexperienced quarterback, you want him to think fast. You want him to maybe miss a guy here because there's pressure right in his face, so he has to make the throw. That's what it is for me.
Nick?
100%. You have to get pressure on this quarterback because we have seen what happens when we don't. We made Jordan Love look like a goddamn MVP candidate on Thanksgiving. If you do not get pressure, any quarterback in this league is going to completely eat you up. You got to bring extra guys, and you got to get home like we did last Saturday against the Broncos. And I believe that they will do that because they saw what happens when that happens, and they cause turnovers, completely changes momentum, and puts the other team behind the sticks. You have to bring pressure, and I think they will.
Chris, are you comfortable with blitzing, knowing that these wide receivers can kill you?
Yeah, absolutely, because the alternative is we've seen it time and time again, like in that Seattle game, with when these receivers are given time, they're going to make the play. I mean, that's just how the NFL works. It's impossible for these DBs to continuously cover these wide receivers. So yeah, blitz them, get them early, and get this quarterback off his rhythm. I'm with it.
I apologize. The poll you made is crazy.
That is pretty wild.
That's the wildest poll you ever made. Yeah, I guess like for me personally, I did peep the Vikings injury report, and I probably should have asked one bar this too, but I saw a little bit of their offensive lineman on there. I think their center or the starting guard, they're doing like some ankle injuries, it looks like. But it's like, I'd rather try to get the 4-man rush if those guys are gonna be banged up.
No,
because I know Jordan Addison scares the living hell out of me, bro.
Don't care.
Like he scares the shit out of me. And obviously Justin Jefferson should be scared of you too, but I don't know if he. Actually, they were getting him all over all kinds of routes.
Send what you were doing last week. Do what you did last week.
At least start out that way.
Send those guys. If you get burnt, you get burnt.
JR.
Sean Kingston.
You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work.
You can't say that. Remember,
you can't?
YouTube will fuck.
Unalive.
Unalive.
Like those Instagram reels.
You when you say it's over.
Damn always.
Sound like a country singer.
Damn always.
Take it away, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
He was back in '99 watching movies all the time.
Hey, but honestly though, I am excited to see this AG defense moving forward, if that's what it can be with like the pieces they acquired, especially a guy like CJ who we had on the New Orleans defense. So he, like, that's the thing too, is like him jumping in. It's not like he's a new free agent acquisition that like needs to get adjusted to the system that AG believes in. Like, no, he was with them in New Orleans. He was actually with them beforehand too. I remember if you mentioned him. He mentioned like the high school situation they had or whatever back when CJ was a little bit younger, but no Josh Giddey. But I don't know. He's already like adjusted to it, and I guess I'm excited to see how AG tended this defense to be.
Put the pressure on Nick Mullins.
Under pressure.
Put the pressure on Nick Mullins. I want him shitting his pants in that pocket. I want him scared.
The way we saw
shitting his pants in pocket. It's just like
shitting his pants right in that back pocket. Attack Nick Mullins.
There goes Earl.
What were you about to say, Nick?
The way we saw Iffy come across on some of those blitzes, I'd like to see them send Branch from the slot in some of those spots there, and just have Iffy kind of back him up against Addison specifically. That'd be good to see.
It's crazy too, because one of the things that like opened my eyes to that, and I talked about it on Monday and obviously Saturday during the game, because I was losing my fucking mind, because I literally hit the group chat on Saturday and I was like, yo, you see these like blitzes that the Bengals are throwing at the Vikings right now, and I started thinking about how the Vikings personnel isn't the greatest either. I was like, why don't we see that at AG? And lo and behold, that Saturday night we started seeing those blitzes. Those blitzes, I peeped game on them because they were successful against the Vikings when the Bengals were playing them. So actually, Spinny, I'm going to lean a little bit towards your side again. If they can get those in,
get them in.
Get her done.
Get them in while you can. I got to go pee, so let's go to break real fast.
Okay.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Feldman Chevrolet is the #1 Chevy dealer in the state of Michigan with over 18 locations. There's one right in your backyard. Find the one nearest you at feldmanauto.com and catch Woodward. I'm sorry, not the heavyweights. The morning show in BDE live at Feldman Chevrolet at Novi earlier Monday. Everybody in the club getting tips.
You ever seen that video?
When I went away for doing my first crime.
That guy from That's So Raven?
No. Oh, that guy's hilarious. Anytime I see him on my feed, I click the video and watch.
He's got a video of him talking about sucking on Raven's
areolas.
Raven's nipples.
Yeah.
He's like the areolas.
For the best part, and excuse my language, if you guys got children in the car, prepare yourself to turn it down. I'm gonna give you 1, 2. My favorite line he ever said was, "Bow Wow got the best pussy." Yeah. he's like, oh, Bow Wow? Yeah, Bow Wow got good pussy. It's like, what?
Yeah, dude.
So many questions.
Dude's off a lot of drugs.
So many questions. I think he's just legitimately a psycho. That's what happens with these children's stars, man. This next segment, I'm actually going to allow my guy Nick to introduce it because this was your segment idea. I want to know how you want this thing to go down, man. We're going to do a redraft of Brad Holmes draft picks.
Okay, so it's basically from the 3 drafts that Brad Holmes has had. We all know there's a lot of keepers in here. There's a lot of great draft picks. I say we pass it around the room. We just go in a circle, like from top to bottom. Best draft picks for the future. Like if you're starting your dynasty, not if you were playing a game tomorrow, but if you were playing a game for the next 15 years.
Who gets first pick?
I get first pick. I called it.
Nick, who gets first pick?
Give it to somebody else.
We'll go to Spenny, I guess.
Give it to me.
He wants Panay Sewell.
With the number one pick, of the Brad Holmes.
We got draft noises and stuff. Let's. And what do you say, Chris?
I was saying, let me go first so I can steal what Spencer's pick is.
Shut
I
up,
know
Chris.
what it is.
The pick is in.
The Detroit Lions select
with the number one pick of the Brad Holmes draft. 1-1. I am taking Penei Sewell, offensive tackle, Oregon.
Ooh. Who's pick number 2, Nick?
I say let's just go in a row. Let's go easy and go around this way.
Oh, so fuck you, man.
My bad, Chris.
This is tough. With the second pick, the Brad Holmes draft, the Easingtons select Aiden Hutchinson, defensive tackle out of Michigan University.
He's sold.
Defensive end.
He's sold.
Damn. Well, I'm just going to go nice and classy. He is the straw that stirs this drink on offense. Maybe the best draft pick of all time. Amon-Ra St. Brown, baby. What a snag. He is the best receiver, obviously, on this team, and he's a top 10 receiver in this league right now. Chris, who you got?
Damn it. All right. Normally a draft board, you have 5 minutes on the clock. I may have to use all this because Amon-Ra got stolen from me. Let me see here.
I'll trade you.
Fuck you.
You want to trade you on? I'll move up in the draft.
No. You know what? This may be a little controversial.
You got back to back, by the way. Don't forget.
I'm going here. So my first pick is going to be Yamir, the electrician, Mr. 9 to 5 himself, Gibbs.
The electrician is so terrible, dude.
That was a bad nickname, Chef.
You got another one. We're going back around.
All right, Chef.
And then my next one. Let me see here. All right. I am going to go with... You know what? I'm playing the long game here. I'm playing the long game, and I'm assuming that I have a good quarterback. So give me Jameson Williams.
Damn.
God damn it.
You're going J-Mo over Sammy Laporte? What?
Yeah, I wanted to get Sam.
I wanted.
Well, you had it. You had your chance, and I'm going Sammy Laporte to pair up with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Let's go.
Racist.
To you, Eazy.
Round 2 of the Brad Holmes draft. I'm going to select. Samuel Potts is gone. Give me Brian Branch, defensive back out of Alabama University. So I got Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch. My team's built on the defense. Benny, who you taking?
Yeah, this is a slim.
Did I reach on Aiden, by the way?
You reached on Aiden. You reached on Aiden.
I reached on Aiden.
So too.
I don't think so.
Special value.
All right.
set the record for
with the last pick of the second round of the Brad Holmes draft, the Spencer Racksters select Ali McNeil, defensive tackle.
Of course.
Don't hate
See that one coming.
I mean, who else am I going to pick? And with the first pick of the third round of the Brad Holmes draft,
yeah,
the Spencer Racksters.
Oh my!
I know who it's going to be.
Select.
Oh Lord, the meat missile.
Hendon Hooker.
Fucking bitch.
Quarterback.
What?
Tennessee.
I'm hurt.
Son of a gun. All right.
The upside.
Kind of limited on offensive guys here, so I'm going to keep it going all defense. Give me Kirby Joseph, safety out of Illinois. Nick?
You just went Kirby there?
Yeah. Sure we did.
So Spenny did not go with his man, the meat missile himself. I'm going to go with Jack Campbell. Give me the leader of this defense of the future,
Yeah, you
Jack
are
Campbell.
picking the alt-right team.
Yeah. Well, St. Brown's German, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. Schnein.
Oh my God.
Nick's building the third Reich over there.
Chris,
the
who
third
you
pick.
got? I got St. Brown, Laporta, and Jack Campbell right now.
Yeah, we know. You got the all Kanye team. I'm going with.
Wiener Schnitz.
Oh, man. Now
do
this
have
is where
a
it gets
whole
tough.
Kanye team.
All right. Give me James Houston.
It's a good pick.
For sure.
It's a good pick.
James Houston. And you know what?
Ooh.
The other one, y'all are sleeping on it.
That was a great pick.
Derek Barnes.
Damn.
That's kind of a bad pick.
Oh,
I don't like that pick.
No, I don't hate it.
I think you're gaslighting me. I think it was a great pick.
All right, Nick. Balls in your court.
Yeah. Couple ways I could go with this one, but I'm gonna go.
Malcolm.
Two guys had a massive game against the Denver Broncos.
Colby Sorsdale.
Two, not a chance. I'm just kidding. He might be a guard in the future, but two guys had a big game. I'm gonna build from the defensive line. Give me Josh Pascal. He showed up big last game against the Broncos. And we need him to be a stud in the future. So give me Pascal based on the upside and what he showed us last game.
It's your pick. Third round.
I have four players.
Fourth round.
With my fourth pick, the Easington select. Friend of the show, Woodward Heavyweights veteran, Malcolm Rodriguez.
Damn it!
Linebacker.
Fuck!
Out of Okie State.
It's a good pick. I wanted that pick.
Spinning.
But with the last
Muncher.
pick of the fourth round of the Brad Holmes draft, the Spencer Raxters select Ifeatu Melifonwu.
That's a good pick,
That's
too.
Defensive back.
That's a good pick, too.
Out of Syracuse.
I forgot about him. I was actually gonna take him the last round, and I didn't. Damn.
So do we
have enough picks to do one more and close it out, or no?
Are we doing one more? Yeah, I think we can do one
yeah,
more.
fuck it, let's do one more.
All right. With the first pick of the fifth round of the Brad Holmes draft, the Spencer Raxters select. I'm going off what he sees and what I can see, and I'm going to give him some playing time. Give me
What?
Broderick Martin.
You.
What he sees and what I can see.
Broderick Martin, defensive tackle, Western Kentucky.
Who the fuck is Tangus Pangus?
Who the fuck is
Who the fuck is
Tangus
Pingus? I got to get an offensive guy out of this draft class, so give me...
Don't you do it.
Ooh, shit. I don't know what to pick.
We're really going late rounders here.
Give me James Mitchell.
Fuck you.
Tight end out of Virginia Tech. Give me an offensive piece to work with this thing.
All right, well, I was just making jokes about him, but he's going to be a starting guard of the future.
Of
Give me the
course.
man,
Surprise,
the
surprise.
man,
Surprise,
the
surprise.
legend, Colby Sorsdale. Let's go.
Oh my god. This is.
Who's the last
Nick
pick of this
drafted
draft?
5 white dudes and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's
Amon-Ra
wild.
starting season on the bench.
That's wild.
He's developmental piece.
Hey, I got Pascal.
You're going to trade Pascal for Malcolm?
You got Pascal because it sounds kind of French.
Yeah.
You got some white.
We got a
in.
draft night trade here, folks.
Chris, who you got?
All right, for me,
Surprise.
I'm gonna close out with a guy that I believe in. I watched his tape after the draft, and and I kind of like it. I think he just hasn't gotten his shot yet, and that's Antoine Green.
I mean,
All
it was
right, folks.
between Antoine Green, Chase Lucas, and Jamar Jefferson, I think.
All right, chat. I'm going to put a
You
poll
could have
up.
picked Levi.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
some
fuck
graphics
that.
on those and see who did the best.
Who has the best team? Is it the Easingtons?
Or the third
5
right,
whites and a German is crazy. Says why?
the third right tailgate.
All right. 5 whites and a German.
5 whites and a German walk into a bar.
I'm telling you.
Someone said Nick is ready for the race bowl.
Yeah, for real.
Will Compton and what was that? Rashard
Levi's still
Mendenhall?
on the board.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
who-
Levi
come
slipped.
on.
Well, he doesn't.
What's Chris's team name?
All right, please
Next.
don't make it sound.
The next.
The
Don't.
next?
Yeah. Next up.
Next up.
Easy,
you go.
Baby.
Easy, do not do me dirty.
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
Don't sleep.
All right.
What'd you name my team?
You said the Spencer Raxters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right, so, Spinny, for the voters, who's your team?
My team is Penei Sewell,
Nice.
who was my team? It was Penei Sewell, Ali McNeil,
Hooker.
Hooker, Iffy, and Broderick.
Oh, yeah, your team sucks.
Yeah, your team sucks.
That's a brutal
Big,
squad.
bro.
Pretty good team.
I got the Michigan man, Aiden Hutchinson.
Boo.
I don't remember who I took him a second. Oh, Brian Branch. I think I kept it all defense, and I
Whites
grabbed...
and a German.
Five whites and a German. I kept the defense, and I grabbed... who was my third-round pick? Kirby.
Yep.
Malcolm, and then James Mitchell.
All right.
So I got fan
All
favorites. Aiden, Malcolm Rodriguez.
All right,
Kirby
Brad
was my
Holmes
first.
himself
The Third Reich tailgate.
could not have drafted this team.
Five
whites and a German.
All right, we let it off with Amon-Ra St. Brown in the first. Somehow Sam Laporta got back to the second to pair with Jack Campbell.
Yeah, that was a blunder.
Josh Pascal.
Yeah, you
and Colby
definitely fucked
Sorsdale,
up.
future starter. Let's go. I love my team.
All right.
course
And my
you
team, that's
you do.
definitely better than Spencer's. I had Jahmyr Gibbs, I had J-Mo, I had James Houston, I had Derek Barnes, Antoine Green,
That's it.
and
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's actually... I actually like Chris's team.
Yeah.
Jameer and J-Mo.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of feels
Yeah.
Nobody
that's
to
good.
block for him.
You know, you get the only
We're
offensive
not.
lineman.
You act
Actually,
like
you got
with
Colby
five
Sorsdale.
players, we're gonna draft a complete team. Like
I did.
Spencer.
All right, what if they're playing basketball?
I got a
Who's gonna
defensive
catch for
lineman.
you?
Penny Sewell.
That's fair. Actually, yeah, he doesn't have a drop yet.
What? He's got a perfect catch rating.
Who got Jack Campbell? Nick?
Of course.
Who do you think got
Take a guess.
Yeah.
The meat missile.
Yeah, you're a big Jack Campbell guy.
All I know is I got an offensive lineman, a quarterback, a defensive lineman, a secondary player, and who's
All right.
another two defensive linemen.
Tell us about Big Boy.
Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the
Five
veal
whites and German
parmigiana
league.
or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl. How about the pancakes or the breakfast? I'm sorry. The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack, Santa Fe Garden, also the apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. All that and more at the Big Boy.
How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Swiss
Swiss is the best place to shop
Swiss.
your home and auto insurance. Make sure you guys do it the
Damn
best.
girl.
That's Mark with Swiss Insurance. Contact him at mark@swissins.com or give him a call at 248-800-4177.
Shorty got Swiss.
What up, though?
Swiss,
Welcome back to
Swiss,
World That Waits Live on
Swiss,
WordSports.com. I'm
Swiss,
Eazy, Spin More
Swiss.
Racks, Young Chris, Unky Nick on the ones and twos. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Closing out the show real quick before we get into... Actually, I got this question for Detroit Lions fans. You too.
Okay. Thanks.
If you guys know... Wait, well, thanks for what?
That I can answer.
By the way, super racist chat we got here, huh?
Yeah.
5 whites and a German.
Five
Took
whites
that
and
one
a
pretty
German.
quickly.
Almost 50% of the vote.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Nick's got the fund the police mustache going too.
He does.
Oh my God,
Man.
chill out.
Wow.
Just because I had St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jack Campbell, Colby
Reading it
Sorsdale,
doesn't
and Josh
help.
Pascal. Come on.
Reading it doesn't help.
He said, "Come on."
Why'd
kinda
you
weird
say
there.
Colby Sorsdale before Josh Pascal?
Yeah, it's weird. There's a house for sale right in front of Lambeau Field. As you know, Lambeau Field, if you don't know, is like right in the middle of like a residential area. The city owns it. It's still weird, but you can own some stock in the.
That's crazy to have a house that close.
That is crazy to have a house that close.
For a mere $700,000.
So Honolulu Blue Podcast put it out there on Twitter, and it kind of got some traction. So Detroit Lions fans should buy this house. Everybody pitch in.
I'll throw $5.
It's like a tailgate party for like visiting fans because you're gonna be there once a year, and you just paint it all blue and just fucking just kill the vibe a little bit there.
I got 5 on it.
I'd throw 5 on it for sure.
Yeah, I got 10 on it. Should we?
If a city can collectively
don't get exposed by Siri again.
If a city can collectively own the Green Bay Packers, then Detroit should be able to collectively own a house in front of it, right?
I don't think a real estate agent in Green Bay would sell it to Lions fans as a collective.
Nick, you invested pretty heavily in Detroit teams. Would you purchase the house?
I mean, if I was like a millionaire, that'd be sick.
But what if you just go in on it? Like would you throw in on it?
Yeah, I would throw in on it. That'd be. You could travel to every single Packer Lions game and just you literally have the tailgate right there. My name is the tailgate wins. That would be the definition of winning the tailgate, right there. I would throw.
That's
on
actually
it.
a good point.
You
actually got to fund the whole thing.
You could put 5 white dudes and a German in that house.
You for sure could fit 5 whites and a German in that
Shout
house.
out Pascal. Josh took a picture with him once. He's a baller.
Damn.
He's really trying to highlight his one black guy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Just say it's a token. Just say it's a token.
See, we got one of them.
Bro drafted the Rooney
Nick's
rule.
like, he was the good one.
Oh my God.
See that picture of CJGJ? Not the one with the ass cheek, but the other one?
Ass cheeks on my white tee.
So he's starting a podcast.
These hoes keep
it's a video. That works too.
It's hard. I don't think a lot of guys understand. You're in a position right now, you can change your life. You're fighting for seeds that you ain't never seen before. Like, some guys have, some guys haven't. But I think right now, it's coming tighter, tuning out the noise. We just call it the Kool-Aid you be drinking, man. Put it down and just keep playing ball. Excuse my language, but it's just understanding, like, this team got a chance to change the city history and just change their history, their names, and their last name.
I do like that him coming in here as a free agent has like that type of connection with what this means to the city of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with that, especially as a leader of the team as well. You also have another leader in Aiden Hutchinson, a hometown kid. He knows for damn sure what it means to the team to actually catch a W.
Oh, for sure.
This next weekend. This next weekend, but this coming weekend.
But yeah, you wanted the picture here. I got you.
What's the picture?
Might be.
Oh, CJG's starting a podcast, so he gets some references.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Big Woodward Heavyweights fan. Shout out to
I want
CJG.
it.
But cheer. That's it.
Young Jesus.
That's it.
Nothing. Unless we do mailbag.
Pistons, Pistons, boys, come on.
No.
Oh, you know what? No, we need predictions.
Pistons, Jazz, just
we need
picks,
predictions.
picks.
They're losing.
Chris, start with you.
What are we doing?
Pistons, Jazz.
Pistons, Jazz?
Yeah.
No Laurie marketing, by the way. No future Piston.
Big ass shotgun.
Big ass shotgun. Like
yeah.
Laurie marketing.
I gotta believe that the Pistons can get this done, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be that guy. They're losing until they win. That's where I'm at with them. They're losing until they win.
That's normally what happens.
What was that? Was that a yes or no?
The team with the most points is going to win this game.
No. Stand on business.
I don't understand how this is so confusing for you. They could win or they could lose.
Stand on business.
I drew a big ass wiener on this desk.
If I'm standing on business, fuck it. Cade's balling out tonight. The Pistons get the win. They end the streak. Monty Williams gets another contract extension. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Nick, you're the one who sold your $18 tickets. So stand on business.
Let's go all on business. Booner told me not to make this bet because I was going to curse him. But you know what? Instead of just making the bet, I'm giving it out on the heavyweights. Let's go. Cade Cunningham, 30 points. Pistons money line. Cade Cunningham, 6 assists. $25 get you $1.29. Let's go. Pistons win. Cade balls out. We get off the schneid tonight.
Oh my
Pistons
God.
lose by 10.
Hopefully the guys enjoy my $18 tickets for lower bowl that I sold.
Colin Sexton goes for 35. Pistons lose by 10.
This guy just lit his money on fire.
Yeah. The way you said that made it feel just cursed.
But that'll do it for us today.
Whoa. You didn't pick I didn't pick.
I literally just picked.
Fucking
I
pick.
didn't pick.
I'm going to take my sweet ass time. Yeah.
I'm just leave.
Got two more minutes. So, guys.
Pick.
Welcome to my TED Talk. Detroit Pistons versus the Utah Jazz. I'm going to go with the Detroit Pistons. I'm not so confident in this one. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. We love you. You love us. At least I hope. If you hate us, thanks for watching.